Hey YouTube, it's your girl MizzNevaDeva, and today I am going to be installing a new lace front wig that I purchased from apexhairs.com. Here it is. It's 12-inch, I think it's wavy hair. I'm not sure of the name, but this is basically what it looks like. It has lace throughout the entire wig. I went ahead and installed 2 wig clips in the back of the wig because we all know that the back of the wig tends to lift up because of sweat and whatever other reason it decides to lift up. But the first thing I did is went ahead and braided my hair. I braided my hair going back, and then I also put 2 braids going around the sides of my head so I could take a needle and thread and secure the cap on my head, because I've noticed that when I've put caps on my head before and I have the wig installed, because I do actually glue my wigs down, I can feel the cap like sliding back. And so I decided that it would be best if I went ahead and just took a needle and thread and just went around the perimeter of my head just to make sure the cap doesn't like slide back. And so then I'll be wearing my wig and my cap would be all bunched up in the back. That's not cute. So basically all I did was put the cap on and, like I said, attach it to the perimeter of my head. So here I am. I left off in the back. I hope you guys can see. And then I'm just going to go in, take my needle and thread, and just finish sewing this around the perimeter of my head. It doesn't have to be nothing neat, because remember, it's going to be under your wig. But just to make sure that the cap doesn't slide, go ahead and do this. You don't have to do this, but I do, because I just don't like the feel of my cap sliding off my head. So it's really easy. You don't have to be neat. Hope you guys can see. And how I'm getting to the front of my head now. Just attach it to this braid that I had going down the side of my head. Then I'm just going to cut and just tie it off. Just tie it, pull it a little, make sure it's tight. Just go ahead and tie this off. Oops. Cut the loose strings. I was thinking about also, let me see how it feels. See how it doesn't go back? Because it's attached right here. And it's attached right here. So it's not going to be moving anytime soon. I was also thinking about like going ahead and putting some, like attaching it to my braids here. But I don't think it's really necessary because it's pretty sturdy right there. So the products that I'm going to use, but the products that I'm going to use to install the lace front on my head are EnduraBond. I don't know if you guys heard of this, but it's really powerful. It's for like permanent attachment. So with this, you're just going to use it very sparingly, like certain spots in your head. You're not going to take this and just line your entire head. I'm just going to use it for like extra security. But I'm going to be using my no-tape silicone bonding adhesive, and also I'm going to use my scalp protectant. I'm going to go ahead and apply my scalp protectant now because it does need to sit on your head for a little while. I think it says, well, it doesn't really say, but we're going to go ahead and apply this and let it sit on our heads, on my head, for at least like 3 minutes. So go ahead and apply. All on the perimeter of your head. Don't forget the back. Oh God, this junk is strong as heck. Woo! Woo! Goodness. Alright, so I'll be back. I'm gonna let this sit on my head and I'll be back to go ahead and install. Alright guys, so I've let the scalp protectant sit on my head for about 3 minutes. And I'm going to go ahead and put my lace wig on my head. Now, I don't know if I told you, but this is 100% Remy hair, human hair. So, got to make sure I apply it cautiously because I'm not trying to waste my money because these things are not cheap. I know y'all know that. Okay, so I went ahead and sat the unit on my head. Of course, I did not pull it down because I'm going to be applying my glue around the perimeter. But I'm going to go ahead and make sure I have it on there evenly on how I want it to be sitting. Make sure the sides are at the side, the back is at the back, and you know, it's centered and right on my head. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and take some bobby pins and pin back the baby hairs because as I'm gluing, putting the adhesive down on my head, I do not want my baby hairs to be all up in it because it's just going to mess it up. So go ahead and take some bobby pins and pin back that baby hair. And don't pin it back like too tight because you want to be able to have some give when you're putting the lace on your head. You don't want it to be like pulling in 2 directions. So don't pin them back like too tight. Just pin them back enough to like be out of the way. So just enough to not get in that adhesive we're going to put on our heads. So I applied some bobby pins all around the front. Okay, now it's time to go ahead and apply our adhesive. This stuff is really gooey and messy, so be careful when you're applying it. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead, I hope you guys can see, I'll move my camera a little. I'm gonna go ahead and apply around the base of my head. I usually apply it like right in front of my hairline because I do not want my hair, my real hair, to be all mixed up in this gooey stuff because it can pull your hair out. And I definitely like my edges. I'm not trying to be looking like Naomi Campbell around here. I don't know if you guys seen those recent pictures, but she has like no edges. And no, I'm not playing that game. So I'm going to take my fishtail comb and I'm just going to put a little bit of this stuff on it. Looks really nasty. And I'm just going to apply it around the base of my head. Some more. Ugh. And it's okay if you get a little too much on there because usually after I apply this on my head and I have the wig on my head, I usually go back and clean it up a little bit just to make sure I don't have just like glue just like everywhere on my head. Okay. Make sure I don't miss no spots. I am going to go ahead and apply some right behind my ear as well because this is a full lace wig, so I do want it to be tacked down properly and not lifting if I decide to put my hair in a ponytail behind my ear. So you guys can see where I applied the adhesive, not on my hairline, right in front of my hairline. Okay, so then I'm going to take this EnduraBond and I'm going to apply this using my same rat tail comb because I do not want to put a lot of this on my head because this is really concentrated and it's like for permanent bondage and I'm not applying this thing on my head permanently. So I'm just going to put a couple of drops on the tip of my comb and I'm just going to apply it like in a couple of dots going around the perimeter of my head. Put a dot here. Ooh. Just a couple of dots. Nothing major. Just for that extra adhesiveness. Okay. A little more. Just touch and go. Okay, so there we go. Alright, now you need to let this sit on your head so it can become tacky. That usually takes about 3 to 5 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and let this sit on my head, and I'll be back with actually putting the wig down on the adhesive.